Thank you. Good evening. I'm going to call to order the Concord Township Zoning Commission meeting of Tuesday, February the 3rd, 2026. Thanks to my predecessor who initiated this, let us rise and honor our country.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Mike, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Schindler.
Present.
Mr. Repper.
Here.
Mr. Terriaco.
Here.
And Mr. Eifelis.
Present here. Thank you, Mike. First of all, let it be said that rain nor hail nor 2.5 months of snow deter us from our responsibilities and duties here. Thank you all for making it out here, including our legal counsel this evening. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes of January the 6th, 2026.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of January 6th, 2026, as written.
I second the motion.
I have a motion to approve and a second for the minutes of January 6th, 2026. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Nays, none. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is correspondence. Any correspondence from any of our members here? Frank?
No, Mr. Schindler.
None, sir.
None, sir.
Yeah, and none for me here in the dead of winter. No, nothing. Our zoning inspector report, Mike and Heather Zadens, do you have anything to keep us apprised of? Has it been a busy month?
It's been a pretty average month. A little busier than I recall last year being. Obviously, we have our site plan and design review for tonight. We have some BCA meetings coming up, but nothing you guys will care about.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we're staying busy, keeping stuff updated.
Okay. Any major applications coming forward?
Not right now.
How much
no.
activity?
Nope. Nothing I can talk about.
All right, Mike. Thank you. Next on our agenda is the election of vice chair. And given the fact I want to propose here, if without your objection, without the board's objection, that we might table this, given that Ron is here as an alternate, at least for this evening, so we're still only 3 members. And I want to maybe suggest until the trustees give us a full board, that we might delay or postpone that, if there's no objection. I'd like to, I guess, table that, if that's the right way to do that legally. Table that item for the next meeting.
Oh, sure.
I don't think I need to take a vote on that, just, okay.
You do not, when it comes time to,
Yeah.
if the commission wants to untable that,
Right.
then they do have to pass a
Right.
motion to untable it.
Right, okay, so shall it be said, shall it be done? Thank you. All right. Public participation, other than the applicants here, I think we have nothing for public participation. So we're going to move on to new business here quickly. So we have an application for a project, and we're going to begin with your first bigger packet, the site plan review application number 63. Represented here this evening by Mike Lepowski with Prospectus Architecture. On behalf of the property owner, University Hospitals, is requesting site plan approval for canopy addition and pad for mobile MRI trailer for the property located at 7590 Auburn Road, being current parcel number 08-A-019-000-00-050-0.
Correction.
Yes, sir.
You missed the 4 in the last 3 digits.
4.
045.
I didn't say 045. My apologies. I'll repeat the parcel number. 08-A-0-1-9-0-0-045-0. That being said, I have the applicant come forward. Introduce yourself, address, please, Mike.
I know the Kopowski, Prospectus Architecture, 1300 East 9th Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44145.
Sorry. We have our staff report, we have the application here. Mike, if you could give us an overview of the project.
Sure.
What it's all about, describe the nature, in terms of the site plan review package.
Okay.
So we do site plan and design review.
So we're proposing a small mobile radiology trailer pad and canopy connection to the backside of the hospital. This will allow UH's mobile radiology fleet to back up a trailer that will ultimately connect to the hospital, allowing patients to come outside through the canopy, which will be heated, lit, and sprinklered, so that patients can get different types of radiology treatments not available currently at the hospital, or while one unit is under repair or being replaced, they can bring in a different trailer to continue services uninterrupted.
And can you describe the site itself?
yeah, so
we're looking at the site plan
Yeah,
as part
so
of this.
I do have a
Yeah.
photo.
Great.
I think it's in the packet, but the backside of the hospital has a set of double doors with a sidewalk. The sidewalk leads to a parking area, so we'll be taking out the sidewalk and some of the grass area, putting in a roughly a 10-foot wide by 50 feet long thickened concrete pad to take the weight of the trailer. And then adjacent to that would be a 10-foot sidewalk with a fabric-clad enclosed canopy, again, to bring patients out and get them into the trailer without getting wet or snowed on, hopefully.
Right. So, so the intent there is weather. Allow patients to come.
Yes, so they would be received inside the
Inside the
hospital,
hospital.
weighed inside the hospital. If they're receiving a treatment that's in the trailer, they would be escorted through the sets of double doors. There's a lift to get them up into the trailer, and they would be seen and then go back into the hospital.
If the board is familiar with the site, I'm very familiar with the site back there, haven't been back there a few times. So it's rather, well, it's concealed, obviously from Auburn Road, it's in the backside.
Yeah.
You'd have to go around to really see it.
Right.
So here's a site plan here.
Auburn,
The main Auburn Road is here, so would be on the back side, right off their private drive back
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
And we're hundreds of feet off of the road.
Mhm. So was it intended on the site because it hits the roundabout? Does it hit the roundabout?
It actually backs right up to radiology, so
Oh, it
a
does?
patient wouldn't really even know they're going to the mobile until they walk out the door.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's within their existing department, yeah.
Very good.
So the roundabout is actually just adjacent and unrelated.
That's more for discharge.
More for discharge, got it, yeah, okay.
Is the trailer
Members?
completely shielded, I hope?
Shielded from,
Radiation.
I do not know the answer to that. I'm not involved with the trailer itself, but just the connection to it.
I sure would hope so.
But it's mobile, so there'll be a constructed on a pad.
Yes. I think it's worth noting, UH has 3 different types of trailers. So one is an MRI, there's a CT and a PET CT. So the MRI doesn't need shielding, it needs, it doesn't have like radiation shielding, it has RF radio frequency shielding.
Great.
So the other CTs will require some sort of lead shielding, yes.
Questions, Frank, please?
Well, when it said mobile, I was somewhat confused. Because I thought the whole thing would be moving, this whole concept. But I guess this is like a hut, a building that's gonna be fixed. It'll be butting up against a the double doors coming out, so they just
Correct.
go right directly into
The
this.
canopy will be fixed, the trailer will be backed up adjacent to the canopy system. And if they need an MRI one day, they'll remove the CT and put in an MRI or vice versa. So the mobile portion is just the trailer, everything else is
Oh,
fixed.
okay, that's what's confused me.
Sure, sure.
seeing this. Okay,
Okay.
that's my
Thank you,
question.
Frank.
Right.
On page
Hiram, please.
S1, you have a future expansion area right next to the red lines.
Yes. That was a carryover note from the very original set of construction drawings for the hospital. There are no current or no plans. I think it was the former architect or engineer just identifying areas where the building could expand and not impede parking or utilities. So there's no immediate plans for expansion.
And no trailer park.
No, no,
Okay.
sir.
That was my concern. I didn't want to see a trailer park there.
Good question.
Okay. On page... Let me see. Where do I go to next? C200. Under note 9.
I circled it too, go ahead.
The hose,
Go ahead.
under note 9. You know, I had to pull out my magnifying
I-
glass to read it.
I got progressive, I can see it.
The I don't. Under note 9, the last full line, it says to run a garden host should be hose. I hope it should be hose. Do you see H-O-S-T?
I do. It's a little small for my vision.
Yeah,
Well, like I said, I had to get my magnifying glass out.
we're glad, because I circled it too, but my question wasn't because of the typo. My question was, a garden hose?
Yeah.
It didn't make sense that there was a
They
plate.
got a hose bib right
You
there.
got a hose, but a garden hose, it's a trailer and a canopy, so I didn't quite understand the,
Well, it's got to cool something.
I have an updated set of our final construction
Okay,
drawings, and that
okay.
note doesn't appear anymore. There's an existing hose bib.
okay.
There's whatever connection that the trailer needs for water supply will be provided.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, if you look on C300,
Yeah,
you have that
yeah, right.
blanket there to where, okay. Now, on page C300, I'm looking at about the middle of the page, down towards the bottom. What's that, a pentagon with a 4 in it? Is that still on,
It is.
okay? There's no note 4.
See that?
Good catch.
So somehow, we gotta make up a note 4. And while you're at it, make a note 3 too.
Looks like a catch basin.
That's what it looks like to me. It's on the curve.
Look back at the survey.
Okay, now. Now, I'm going back to the isometric assembled awning frame south isometric rendering with cover. And I don't see it, I don't know, wait, is that a number of, FS, 2 of 13. Snow load. What is it?
Snow load
Yeah,
on the canopy.
yeah.
We do not have the canopy structural drawings as of yet, but they are they're in process and they'll be submitted with the permit application.
So what type of snow load did you specify?
Whatever building code requires.
Let's see, OBC for Cleveland,
I don't know.
4 feet?
I
At least 5 feet, I'll bet you. How about the wind load? Same answer?
Same answer, sir. I'm not a structural engineer.
Is the framing attached to the trailer at all?
No, it's completely independent.
Okay, but the frame is attached to the building.
I do not believe so. We were looking at their shop drawings and it appears to be freestanding. It abuts the building, but the framing itself does not attach to the building. It all attaches to the sidewalk or the concrete slab.
Do you know how it's anchored to the, I see the details. Yeah, that doesn't tell me much, though. Okay, I'm looking at page 5 of 13 now. I see a note there, Z-clip to wall using max size LDTs. What's an LDT?
It's part of the framing system of the canopy that I'm still not able to answer a question to.
Okay. Next question. Do you know what the red arrows are on the frame isometric view on that page? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 red arrows.
They appear to be the direction of which the fabric, the covering is, but again, I'm speculating. I was not the author of these documents.
Okay, I'm striking out here.
You are.
Fabric attachment to the, how is the fabric attached to the frame? No,
I'm sorry.
I'm
Just
striking out. No more comments.
mercy.
So suffice to say, these are, the awning frames are, it's a manufactured product, whole, complete by Ohio Awning.
Yes, and they have a structural engineer who will be
It has
stamping
to
and
be
sealing their
closed.
documents that will accompany
Have to be.
our concrete drawings
Yeah.
for the building permit, yes.
Which presumably there'll be footers.
Yeah, there's a thickened slab
Thickened slab.
for these attached to it, correct.
Okay.
Oh, so there is a thickened slab
For
underneath?
the base plates to anchor
The
into,
base plates.
correct.
I need weld sizes on page 10 of 13. I don't know, it says 2 5/8 square post cut at 6-inch length, welded to plate. Duh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Type and size of weld. I'm striking out. I don't have any more comments.
Good questions, Hiram. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna come up with 1 or 2 more.
So, and perhaps we're under the site plan review portion of this application. These are appropriate comments also for design review, which unfortunately can't be really answered,
No, we can't.
right? It's structural.
Yeah, is a structural question
Yeah.
relevant to a site plan?
That's my point.
Okay.
It's not. But it's part and parcel of the design review, which is the second part. So that's what I'm trying to point out. It's
Okay.
not, in a polite way. Yeah. Ron, questions? Do you have any comments, questions?
I had sort of the same questions about wind load and snow load and all that. So clarify one more time. So the trailer, so there's 3 different types of trailers or one trailer that could do?
They're all the same size, but they have different internal pieces of radiology equipment. So they're all the size of a conventional trailer. Their lifts and their stair access are on the same side or
Yeah.
the same hand. So depending on, and they all have some different electrical loads as well. So the electrical drawings will have kind of multiple connections depending on which trailer arrives.
So it depends on what the need is as to what trailer
Exactly.
they back it
Exactly.
and cover. So that only the canopy covers that one part of the trailer, probably the entrance way into the trailer.
Correct. Correct.
And then I was gonna ask, it's more of a design, well, no, maybe, how are we connecting to the power? So you just alluded to it'll be,
Yeah, there's a pedestal that will be outside, and the trailer comes with, for lack of a better term, a large extension cord that gets plugged into the pedestal with whatever the outlet they specified.
okay. That's all I had, 'cause a lot of stuff is what.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you, Ron.
I have a- Go ahead.
Yeah, a couple on the site. In the site plan, C200, it depicts the trailer in two parts. There's a separation.
Yeah, trailer in the cab.
The cab will stay there? The cab?
No, the cab will leave.
But yeah,
Probably,
Oh,
it
okay.
just shows on
Shows,
how it will,
okay.
how it will arrive,
Okay.
drop off,
yeah,
cover, make sure
Yeah.
the slab can handle the weight of it, and it's
Got it.
not just a typical conventional asphalt
okay.
that would deform.
That trailer must be 50 foot long,
53.
Yeah, it's a conventional
conventional.
53
trailer
is
length.
52 foot, is it? Something.
Okay, just to point out for the record that the project was given a conditional use and a variance application by the BZA last month. So there's a conditional use permit that was granted as well as a variance application. I don't know if the board questioned, I questioned, and perhaps Mike, I'm looking at you, Mike, for variety, but why would something that is associated with medical related, what they're doing at the hospital, radiology, require a variance? Why was it not associated with exactly what is done at a hospital?
I could answer that if you'd
Oh, you
like.
can?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
In conversations with Heather,
Yeah.
the canopy material itself is like a polyester fabric.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew that on the variance. I'm sorry. I knew that the conditional use is what I was.
The conditional use, she said because the original hospital was a conditional use to the property zoning, we could either request an extension of the current variance or ask for a new one because it's actually now owned by University Hospitals, not Lake Health. So she suggested we request a new one with the new owner's name.
New ownership,
Yes.
conditional use. So, and I kind of surmised that, you kind of verified, but, so and perhaps something for future agenda, to make note, it's in the Gateway Business District, the hospital. So perhaps we can address this, and why would, I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking out of turn, but it doesn't seem appropriate that we have to do a conditional use every time you do something at the hospital, because it's in a business. Maybe we have it in the wrong zoning district.
But-
That's my question.
But remember that the conditional use permit that was granted to the hospital was granted to that specific owner, and I believe the ownership has changed. So it does not transfer between owners. You do have to get a new conditional use.
Okay, so now we have that in place. Now, the next time
Right.
they make an addition to the hospital,
Depends on which one they're gonna make the difference to be perfectly honest with you, right?
you
So,
mean if UH makes another addition, like
Right.
the expansion area?
expansion, right?
Because that hospital's known to become this new Sideman cancer,
Correct.
right?
But that's an interior renovation.
Interior
Although we
renovation.
did have a small addition to that.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, Brian.
No, so I think that the conditional use at this point would be fine with respect to the ownership. It's just whether or not it'd be an expansion of the conditional use.
Okay.
Need some sort of approval, but I don't know that it would come back to the zoning, or excuse me, to the BCA for that.
for that, okay.
I don't know. I'd
Okay.
have to see exactly what.
I was just thinking that maybe it was incumbent upon us to consider the district being in a GB, gateway business,
Right.
is not appropriate for a hospital.
Oh, I see.
That,
Okay.
that's kind of my
Oh,
broad,
maybe, I don't know. That would be something definitely the zoning commission could look at.
just a thought. It just seemed odd. But now I understand why we did that. Okay. Sorry. As an aside, Mike, you probably don't know that in the last 3-4 months, we've been dealing with our sign regulations.
Okay.
Is there any sign on this canopy?
No
I didn't see-
sign,
is there-
no sign on the canopy.
Wouldn't you think there would be radiology or
What about
something?
the
We
trailer?
do not want anybody approaching everybody should
Oh.
be coming in through the hospital.
Oh, all right.
And this is just
Okay.
kind of back of house, nothing
Okay.
to see here.
Yeah. I just wanted to get that variance out of the way in case you needed it. But no, we've been addressing
Okay.
changes to the sign.
Anything on the trailer?
I don't know exactly what the trailer will look like. I've seen multiple ones around other UH facilities.
Do
They
have
seem
can-
nondescript, though.
Do the other facilities have canopies also?
They do.
They do. Same company?
Same company.
Still standing. You're supposed to ask, is it still standing?
That's a question. Can you tell
Okay.
me where?
Twinsburg has one. North Ridgeville has one. Parma's going to have one, but it's not up yet. Actually, Parma has one on a different building, but they're gonna have one at their emergency department.
Very good. Okay. Ron, sorry? Go ahead.
Red too, you're gonna have to remove some trees, so your landscaping will go back to,
Yeah, there's
What
a
you make
shrub
there.
right next to the sidewalk, so that will be removed. There is a $10,000 landscaping allowance that the owner set aside to kind of replant that area once the canopy and the pad are installed.
Any other questions? Board members? Frank?
We call it a canopy when it's material that's on the exterior of this. Can it be cut with sharp object to get in?
It can. It's a polyester fabric.
That's,
The doors to the
Yeah.
hospital are secure with a card swipe.
Yeah.
So you can get into the canopy with a box cutter, but you can't get into the hospital without a card swipe or,
well, is there any kind of alarm system that'll be set up? Heaven forbid something like that happens, where they can get in to the equipment that's gonna be in there.
I don't know if the trailer has its own security system or
Well,
not.
that's something that would worry me,
Good question.
yeah.
The hospital does have security cameras, mounted on all
Right,
their
right.
exterior, so I would assume if something was happening that at least the hospital security would be aware.
Yeah, but being like it's open to the outside, anyone can come onto the property is my concern, and try to get into this building for whatever reason. How would they be alerted to the sheriff's department or whatever that this is being done? Especially if there is some of this radiological material or equipment in that building there already that doesn't get removed. It
Right.
stays there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one
Yep.
of my concerns.
If there is anything else, Mike, you have anything to report on? Or I'm just going to mention your staff recommendations.
Yeah.
That's okay. So the staff for the site plan has recommended conditional approval. And Mike, I'm just going to read through them for our record.
Okay,
I know you have.
I have them here as
I
well.
know you
Go on.
have. But for our record, the staff recommends a conditional approval, one, to include more proposed finished grades around the corners of the canopy to verify there's adequate slope away from it for drainage. I assume that's acceptable.
Yes.
Two,
that covered.
include an abbreviated SWIP for this project showing A, proposed disturbed area in acres, B, pre and post impervious area amounts for the disturbed project area, C, sediment and erosion controls per Lake County soil and water requirements. Those all acceptable?
Yes.
As well?
And we have those on our final documents.
I'll just make an editorial comment for a small project like this, kind of like
0.07 acres.
yeah, it's very small. Number three, on S1, a page of the submitted plans, it shows a boxed out area near the project, a proposed project area labeled future expansion. What is anticipated for the future expansion? You've answered that for Hiram. You don't know, and it's pre-exists this improvement on the set of drawings. Number four, provide sheet C600 as plans make mention of details on this page. So I guess it was missing from our,
Yes.
Okay.
They are included in the final
okay,
documents.
very good. Five, the sales sheet states that this canopy is flame retardant. Provide a certificate of flame resistance to the fire department.
Will do.
Good. You said it's polyester?
Yes.
Good to know. They're polyester pants. I don't know if they're flame retardant though.
They melt.
They melt. They melt. Six, this hallway is being enclosed and attached to the institutional group I2 occupancy hospital and will require sprinklers on LR, which you mentioned is already.
Yes, we have that
Very
accommodated.
good, very good. All right, with that, colleagues, do I have any motion or any further comment on the site plan review application before us? If none, is there a motion?
I make a motion to accept the staff recommendations, the conditional approval of the site plan review application with the following conditions that you just spoke of.
Thank you, Ron. We have a motion for conditional approval of the site plan.
I'll second.
And we have a second. Roll call vote, please. Mike?
Mr. Schindler,
Yes.
Mr. Rippert,
Yes.
Mr. Terriaco,
Yes.
and Mr. Eiffelise.
Yes. All right. Okay, site plan review stands approved. Thank you, board, and thank you, Mike. As often happens with us here, Mike, oftentimes our questions and comments overlap between site plan and design review. So before us now is the design review application number 63, represented again by Mike Lepowski with Prospectus Architecture on behalf of the property owner University Hospitals, is requesting design review approval for a canopy addition and pad for the mobile MRI trailer for the property located at 7590 Auburn Road, being current parcel number 08-A-0-0-0-0-045-0. Is there anything to add to what you already previously said, Mike, in terms of the design?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
In terms of that application packet? It's, from what I've seen, colleagues, it's mirrors the site plan review in terms of material and content, the frame, the canopy, pictures indicating the structure. We don't have some of the detailed questions that Hiram presented to be able to answer, but in general, that's got to follow the code. It's got to be approved by county engineering.
Correct.
Yeah, for structural attachments in the building, so, and the building department. Any comments from anyone on the design review?
Not at present, for me.
Hiram?
Nothing additional.
Nothing, okay. Ron, anything additional?
No, sir.
Very good. I thought this might be a quick one. So with that, before us then, the staff recommendation is a approval of the design review application. What are the feelings of the board?
I'm sorry, I can't approve it. I'm sorry.
Just looking for a motion to,
Oh,
yeah, looking for a motion either way.
Chair, I make a motion to accept the plan as written.
We have a motion to approve the design review application,
I second that motion.
and we have a second for the motion to approve the design review application. Roll call, please. Mike?
Mr. Schindler,
No.
Mr. Reppert,
No,
Mr. Terriaco,
Yes.
and Mr. Eiffelise.
Yes. So we stand at 2-2. It's not approved, I guess, until, what is the procedure, Bridie, with non-approval? Is there a time frame to give the applicant to readdress? So it's denied?
So it was not, okay, this is, I'm gonna have to look really quick, but I think, unless there's some sort of modification made, I don't know. Because I mean, it's been not approved, right? So this same plan cannot be submitted, as I understand it. It has to have some sort of modifications, or if there's additional information that the zoning commission is looking for, I would,
Do we-
make sure that you let them know.
Do we want to advise the applicant the information we want to make it an approvable design review? Your questions, I assume.
yeah, but
More-
my question,
More detail on the structure, I assume.
Okay.
So it sounds like, Mike, sorry to say, but, yeah, so at least at this point, that part, the site plan's good, but the design is lacking some of the details that some of
Okay.
the board members feel is needed.
The next meeting, I'll likely have the canopy vendor come and present their
Okay.
portion then, and
Okay. Okay.
I will pass.
Very good, very good. All right, well, thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation and your time. Make a note of what we transpired here, Mike, for Heather, and, well, communicate, I mean, you heard the questions related to how the structure, snow load, wind load, attachments, details, canopy, that stuff, so forth. Thank you. Thank you again, Mike.
Sure.
All right.
is this January, February, I'm hoping until March.
Mike, does this in any way, just as a courtesy, does this
Project up?
affect?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Well,
Because there's a 2-month delay now, I'll have to, just process, right? I have to submit whenever the next submission date is, and then, wait another month for the next meeting.
mhm.
If I may,
Yes,
may I?
please. Oh, of course.
So,
Yes.
my understanding is the design review is to discuss the design of the project aesthetically. Is that incorrect, or, does the board, do you all have the authority to be structural engineers and require those sorts of details? It seems a little unusual.
I can only speak for myself. No, I'm not a structural engineer, and no, I'm not. That's the responsibility of the manufacturer and the building department to regulate. We are the zoning commission. We're looking at the design, the overall design.
Okay.
That's my
So
opinion.
did the bolt spacing affect the design?
That's my opinion,
of
but I
the-
respect the opinions of my colleagues, certainly.
Well, I've done a lot on bolt spacing in my previous life. And not that I'm gonna question anything, but I would like to have some answers.
Seems like that's the building department's role to review those sorts of things, but, again, I'm
Well,
on this side of the table.
I guess it might be.
Well, coming from the field, it is. But again, I don't want to speak for you. I know it is. But that's why I'm comfortable with this, because we're not have the authority to look at a structure and determine whether the structure is going to stand a wind load. It's not about it. I don't know if that's
No,
something
but
that is
all I
illegal.
wanna know
You
is,
just want to know.
what's the load?
Yeah,
What's the load?
yeah.
80 pounds per square inch, per square foot.
understand. I understand.
I don't care.
understand.
That's all I'm asking.
I understand. You have the right.
And if you want to come back, if the structural guy or the fabric guy comes back and says, we'll have basic building code, hey, all right.
Well, so that's
But that was-
exactly what I
that's
just
what he
said,
said.
Oh,
sir.
I know, that's what you said, yeah.
And that wasn't acceptable?
move on. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Where's my agenda? Right here. All right, we have a work session. This is a work session for the proposed zoning text amendments. There are 5 amendments that we have in the work session for discussion this evening. I'm going to begin with each amendment and then offer maybe a comment for consideration of the board. Amendment number 1 is to revise Section 30 sign regulations, including updating purpose statements, definitions, temporary and permanent sign allowances, prohibited signs, design and illumination criteria, administrative procedures, adding new rules for flagpoles, and a severability and substitution clause. Leave it to the pleasure of the board. My comments are that my predecessor walked us through this particular regulation and amendments in quite good detail.
Diligent.
My suggestion is we have done a really good job. That would be my comment. And our thanks to the staff for the work on that. This is an extensive amount of work on the.
Yes, it is.
On it. So, having said that, what I'd like to propose this evening, without objection from the board, is to not go through that again, and to, what I have done is perhaps highlight sections of the Section 30 or any areas of the proposed changes that you wish to bring up again just for finalization, final comment, so that we can bring this to some conclusion next month. So if there's no objection, I have a few that I have to highlight, but I want to go through each of you to see, first of all, if that approach is acceptable as how we do this, rather than go through how many sections are in, how many articles are in Section 30.19. So that being said, is there any objection to getting some highlight or perhaps comments? I'll defer to Mike if there's anything that he has worked on, since he said he is very familiar with all the work associated with the sign, Section 30 of the signs, that you wish to bring to our attention, that he found to highlight, if you will. If there, I won't go to you first, Mike. I'm just going to ask the board if this approach is acceptable, rather than go through.
That approach is acceptable.
Very good. Ryan, you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Frank?
That's fine
Okay.
with me.
So let me begin with you then. Frank, is there anything in this you still
No, I
like
felt-
hanging in here that you go, why are we doing this?
I felt we beat this to death.
Okay,
And did our due diligence over the months.
very good.
So I'm satisfied with this.
With respect to my predecessor, he
Right.
didn't beat us to death. He took us through the grind.
I tried.
I tried.
He enlightened us on the
He
things,
enlightened us.
things that had to be taken care of. Okay.
Thank you, Frank. I'll switch over to Ron if there's anything. And maybe for the ones I have, maybe it'll trigger something with.
Maybe, yeah.
Ron?
I have one thing, but I also, if I could say, I also agree. I think every new alternate or new member should go through.
Oh, you
this
do?
With Hiram, because you learn so much.
Yes.
You learn so much about
Yes,
signs.
yes.
You do.
You do?
So anyway, thank you. Thank you for the education.
You're
And I mean
welcome.
that sincerely. On page 30.35, design criteria for permanent signs. I know we spoke about number 1, ground signs should not have gaps cut out for penetration, but instead should be solid face or area without openings. And I don't remember what the conclusion was on that.
30.35?
Yeah, yeah.
What was that now? Where?
Design criteria, A, number 1. Ground sign should not have gaps, cutouts, or penetrations, but instead should be solid face or area without openings.
We did not get an answer.
Okay.
We did not get an answer on that.
That's right.
Heather took off.
What was the question? I may be able to answer. What was
Please,
the-
Mike.
What was the question?
Design
Shall not
criteria.
have gaps. It's design, 30.13.
Yes.
Not the page number, section 30.13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, design
A.
criteria,
Yeah.
yes, for permanent
Yes,
signs.
yes.
You're just curious why we're saying that? I,
Because usually you have some type of opening or something for when to go through so it doesn't
Mhm.
push your sign over. So that was our question last meeting. And then I think Heather was going to look into that.
That is a good question. And I know we talked about it,
Yeah, we didn't get it. Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, and we did not get an answer.
and she didn't give me a specific answer to it either. I remember that we had a discussion about it. I don't have anything written down here that I'm supposed to tell you, so I don't know if she actually
Okay.
found a specific answer, but I think for our purposes, the reason why we don't like to see cutouts is just determining the square footage of the sign. So you could arguably have a much larger sign. We don't use, we wouldn't use the gaps or the openings as part of the calculation, so you could arguably have a much larger sign with the square footage being met than what is preferred. The only other way to do that would obviously be if we make an imaginary box around what is there and then calculate with that square footage, which I don't believe is how the regulations are written currently.
Okay.
So,
Is there any safety consideration with a cutout?
not that I'm aware of, no. Not that we really discussed.
Meaning a kid get his head stuck in there in the O?
Right, yeah. I mean, if that's something that the board is concerned with, I could see it being potentially a problem. I mean, we do have, health and safety is one of our components driving our resolution, so.
That's a plausible reasoning about sizing, because they're getting around loophole like that.
Right.
Yeah, so
Similar to the height
height
thing that we
thing
discussed,
we
where it's
discussed.
measured from the road and,
Mhm.
yeah.
Thanks, Mike. I mean, does that help Ron? Helps me.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Hiram,
I have a question.
you're not allowed. You were in first.
Oh, I did, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't make a friend tonight, that's.
Yeah.
30.5, in the revised one. Item number 33, it says visibility area,
Wait, gotta find it. 05.
30.5, page
Oh, page.
30.5.
Yes.
Item number 33, visibility area. It says, see illustration, section 30.13 alpha.
Uh-huh.
There is none. It should read, see figure 9 on page 30.22.
Which one's? What is this? Oh, I'd like to say I had the same question, but I didn't.
You did?
Good catch, Hiram. So when I look at the red mark, okay, it refers to the correct image, which was 3013A. It's a good catch. It was 3013A.
It was,
before-
yeah. Yeah, it was.
It moved because all the renumbering, reshuffling.
So it should be 30,
Yeah. absolutely.
30.14A rather than,
30.
that's because in the revised version,
In the revised version.
30.14A2.
A2 would be exact.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's under 30. Good catch, okay. So you make a note of that, Mike, please? Very good, thanks, Hiram.
Okay. And that's as far as I got.
Okay. Let's see. If you go to, my couple minor things, in the revised graphic. Oh, okay. Do you have the red line as well, Mike? So in 30.02, was 4, there's a graphic image there
Page
showing,
number?
oh, no, I don't refer to page, because the page numbers don't correlate the two. In the red line,
Okay,
30.02, section 30.02, not the page, 30.02, number 4, which appears on page 30.3. There's an image there of a canopy. And it was under the awning sign.
Correct.
Or it's an awning, canopy, it's an awning, actually, to stand corrected. And then in the revised, it doesn't appear.
Correct.
But I don't know what I don't know that the image serves any purpose, but it is gone.
Right, well,
Was it
we
just-
also removed awning sign. Awning sign is
So we'll remove the image.
correct.
Thank you. Okay. And then in the same, right below, yeah, go ahead.
we're now on page 30.5.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. See, it's sometimes.
No,
It says marquee, canopy, or awning sign.
Right,
So we do have an awning sign.
Yeah.
right. I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was an attempt to consolidate from having multiple definitions for what was essentially the same
Correct.
thing.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay,
I
Yes.
thought so.
So,
Yeah. 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 Good, Hiram. So under 30.02, section 30.02, number 5, number 4 was art, and number 5 is banner sign. And I don't remember, that's why I brought it up, that's why I wrote it down. I remember we had some discussion about banner signs. What is a banner sign as opposed to I think, flag? I think that was it me? I think I was asking the difference between a banner sign is a temporary sign, non-rigid, can be mounted at a building or structure with a cord, rope, cable. Says, and then it says a flag. And a banner sign is also a flag, is defined in blah de blah. Shall not be construed a banner when it's displayed in compliance with another section. Is that easy for you as the zoning to interpret? What is a flag and what is a banner?
I asked you not to ask me questions. So, I think, yes, so if I go to flag, I'm looking at the definition of flag, right? And we did talk about this the last meeting that I subbed in prior
Oh,
to.
yeah,
We did,
yeah,
yes, so,
yeah.
I think, I don't know there was a conclusion, but what I kind of had iterated was a flag can be a banner, but a banner isn't necessarily a flag. I hope I put that in the right way, but we do, for a flag, any fabric or similar material containing distinctive colors, patterns, or symbols. Non-commercial copy, not limited to government or political subdivision. I think the difference there would be that a banner could arguably be commercial copy, a flag could not. So if it was something that was commercial copy, I would consider it a banner
Okay.
and not a flag.
Okay, okay.
That would be the only, I mean,
That makes sense.
off the cuff, that's the only real delineation I would make.
Okay. And I brought it up, or I brought it up because I thought maybe just make it flag and banner under the same, but it's hard for me to distinguish, but I think you just distinguished it.
Well, and remember we had, what was the other one? Bunting.
Bunting.
Bunting
Oh,
was
yeah.
in there as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope we got rid of bunting
Yeah.
because bunting was,
Yeah.
sure.
Right. I thought that was a baseball term, so I
Right.
really didn't know what that was. Okay. Any, is board satisfied with that? I am now.
Yeah.
Distinguished. 30, again, section 30.02, these are definitions. Number 35. So it defines the window sign. If you recall, we had discussions about window signs. And that it, so as it now reads, 30 point, the window sign, whether permanent or temporary, it's applied to the interior or the exterior of a window or door, or located on the inside of a building near a window and read from the outside of the building. It does not include signs that are in the building more than 5 feet from the window. Again, this was just if it was me and I'm trying to interpret that as a violation of our code, I just like, I'm gonna go measure it. Is this an overkill? Do you think, Mike, or I don't know if the board, I'm sorry, I should ask the board before. It just seems like a overreach. But just wanted to see what window signs were like. I remember trying to distinguish what is a window sign as opposed to a sign in the window. Either interior or exterior is visible from the outside, blah, blah, blah. Which is good, I understand that definition now. But now it does not include what's in the building 5 feet from the window if it's either not legible or not intended to be viewed from outside the building. I would have dropped that sentence and I'd been fine.
The
It
5
just-
feet in the
Why
building.
say that? I mean, I don't know, why say that? Mike, any thoughts? Like, am I being too?
Well, I could say, I mean, again, I'm only 2.5 years in.
Okay.
I've never run into an issue where I had to enforce this particular, you know, I guess like some examples that we've kind of seen, like last year or maybe late the year before, a smoke shop went in over in, was it Concord Comet? I can't remember which one is called which, but over by like where Concord Family Restaurant is, around the corner there by the tire shop. And they would have, you know, they'd have like their light up sign that was on the window, but then they'd also have like an inflatable kind of thing hanging from the ceiling. And I guess if I was to have to enforce it in a way that considered every single thing that I could see from looking into the window of what is a sign, I'd have to look at, you know,
Yeah.
every time they put up a new sale ad,
All right.
if I could see it through the window. So I think the 5-foot differentiation just, I don't know that it's needed. I mean, it was in there previously, so I think.
Well, I'll propose to strike that last sentence. If the board doesn't approve that, we'll leave it in, but I propose to strike it. Just seems like just the last sentence that begins with, this term does not include blah, blah, 5 feet.
So if it's closer than the 5 foot, it's considered a window sign.
The window sign.
That's how I would read, yeah, yes.
I'm okay with striking it.
Yeah, me too.
We have three. Pressure.
Yes, I agree.
Or unanimous. Let's strike that, Mike.
Okay.
Okay, 30, section 30.09 F and G, or G, sorry. 30.09 is the temporary signs.
I gotta get the 09
Yep,
first.
30.09 F and G. Let me know when you're there.
In there.
Okay. Ron, Frank, 30.09 F. Okay,
F and G?
F and G. You should find F as being the signs during construction and G is signs during elections.
Okay?
Frank, you there? 30.09.
30.
Page
If you're on the
30
markup, go to page 30.31.
Yeah,
30.31.
30.31.
31. Way in the back.
Wait a minute.
Well,
31, there it is.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, so F and G are at the top, or midway, towards the top. Signs are during construction. Again, this is one where my memories failed me on it. We were I thought we were commenting about the 32 square feet and a height of 6 during construction, or it either was, in the occupancy of the building, or it shall be removed or completion of construction. Completion of construction. Does anyone recall if there was any concern about the size, this 32 square feet? I don't know why it rang a bell, maybe I'm, again,
I didn't, I objected to the size.
that was it, you did, I remember somebody, there was something to do with the size, right?
On numerous cases,
Yeah, well, this one's 32 square for a construction sign.
yeah.
So it could be 8 feet by 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
That's a big sign.
Sheet of plywood.
Sheet of plywood, yeah, 4 by 8, yeah, 8 by 4. You have a comment on that, Mike? Is that something that's atypical? I mean, I'm involved in construction, but 8 by 4 seems rather large, because I agree with Hiram.
I mean, I don't see a lot of signs during construction. I guess the only, when I'm driving through like the new developments and things, they'll have like the little piece of junk plywood that they'll write the address on or whatever. As far as like coming soon signs or whatever, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't think that 32 is necessarily too big. I mean, it's a max size also, so it doesn't mean that everyone is going for that.
But what we're regulating is not public projects. We're talking about private projects in our township. If public authority has a major sign that's warranted, of course. You're trying to warn the public about conditions up the road, construction and whatnot. But for a construction project locally, to have something that large, I don't know what the right size is. If it's 24 square instead of 32, it would appease us, I'm not sure. Any thoughts?
Well, a 4 by 8 sheet of plywood. If I'm driving down Menor Avenue and I look at the one building that was put up, I don't know, is it just all storage? They had a huge sign out front attached to the chain link fence. And I'll bet you it was 32 square feet.
Okay.
And it, again, coming soon, architect, this guy, this is what it's gonna be. Personally, I didn't find that objectionable
Okay.
on that one.
Okay.
But I just think, and the answer Heather gave us was, Well, that's what was in there before. We didn't
Oh.
modify
Oh.
anything, we didn't make it any bigger. I said, okay.
Okay,
So I kinda
all right.
put my tail between my legs and I walked on up,
Okay.
so.
We've had quite a
So
few.
what's G?
I want to address F for, if we'll bring F to a closure, if we're okay with that, I guess, it's good for discussion, just to say if there's anything like I mean, but you just brought up what I didn't remember, and this has been, it's been in our code.
It's been in there?
Yeah, all right. So G, if I may, I think that's, it's not my last one, but, so this, I reread this because we discussed when signs need to be removed. And as I read this, and again, maybe it's me, I was looking for stronger language, from up to 30 days prior to the day absentee ballots are available or the day early voting is permitted, whichever comes first, for a general, primary, or secondary election, and up to 3 days following such an election. All of that as a preface, if I remember my English. Preface? Then the subject, the number of signs permitted on any residential lot is not restricted. No, geez, I skipped. Blah, 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 blah. For a general primary or special election and up to 3 days following such election, and up to 3 days, the number of signs is not restricted, provided da da da. It appears to me that this only says what's permitted on the number of signs. Not that after 3 days we got to remove it. We have to be removed after an election. Am I reading too much into that, or what do you think? What do you think the intent of the way G is written? And I might defer to Bridie for a comment on that. Again, the way I read that, it's
Sure.
only restricting the number up to 3 days. It doesn't say up to 3 days. Okay, so what? What happens after 3 days? It's just the number.
Right.
Then what?
Then I suppose if there's more than that number after the 3 days of the election, then I think that's when it can be enforced. We're trying to stay away from, regulating a political sign. But we are recognizing the fact that during a political season, especially around these elections, more signs tend to
Right.
appear,
Right.
especially on a residential lot.
Right.
So we thought that the non-content based and neutral requirement regarding the number of signs could be relaxed during that time.
Okay. It's good. All right.
And then, so again, afterwards, I think we talked about how we would be enforcing this, right? We would enforce just, again, the number, not the content of the signs that are up.
So, if one has 4 signs, meaning these 8 square feet and greater because of their frontage and whatnot, it meets that. The number is not restricted. No such signs should be larger than that. Up to 3 days, the number of signs. So if I remove 1 or 2, the others can stay up like forever.
We did talk about that. So, I mean, kind of. It's, we're trying to, I think, regulate the time, place, and manner of these signs without regulating what they say. Because we have recognized that some signs in support of a candidate or a political view are probably tough to regulate. And so we're trying to do them on a neutral basis with a time, place, and manner, without, regulating again what they say. But yeah, I think it does. We're trying to narrow in and restrict based on number and square footage of the signs, or size of the signs.
So it says that the number is not restricted 30 days prior to 3 days following. What about after that? again, I go back to what about after that period? What is,
They're gone.
Well, or
It doesn't say
or
that.
they become something else. Maybe they become a permanent sign. These are more in the sign, right? And we have to look then to those regulations. Or
but this is specifically signs during elections.
well,
That's what G is.
you're right.
In other words,
I mean, that's
the
just the way
township-
we're labeling it.
I
but-
believe the township is proud of the aesthetics of and the ambiance of our community. And to have signs linger, or election signs linger way after an election, just seems, it deters from, I think, or just, I don't care what it is, it just deters. It's my own.
Well, because the election is over with,
It's over with.
why keep them up? And they become an
That's what
obstruction.
I guess that's what I'm saying. There's nothing here that tells
Well-
that we want them removed. It's, hey, the election's over. It's done.
I think what we were trying to do was frame it again on a period of time in a year where elections occur, but not specifically saying that that means necessarily political signs. So if you have a sign that says, I don't know, whatever your political view is, you know, vote Democrat.
Yeah.
whatever. We were trying to, again, try to make it as content neutral as possible, that we're not regulating that type of sign that can be up for as long as I suppose it wants to be. But if it's during these election cycles, and then it has to be treated as a different kind of sign, but during these election cycles, during this time frame is how we have to look at, again, the number of the signs and then the size of the signs. I'm trying to, I don't know. Honestly, it's a tough, it's tough to do. I think we're trying to make accommodations, knowing that generally speaking, more signs will pop up during the election cycle. But that doesn't mean that they necessarily have to come down after the election cycle.
And your advice is we can't say take them down.
It's tough to if we don't have some sort of size requirement or time requirement. And again, without trying to regulate the content, I mean, just because it's during the election cycle, any other signs can go up that are not election signs or political signs. We're trying to not restrict that. We're trying to almost like kind of give a window of time where we're not going to restrict based on number or size during this one little time period.
During this
Right.
period.
Without trying to say, hey, we're, you know, during election signs, you can only have political signs up to that time. That's actually really not the basis or the viewpoint from this. I mean, admittedly, it is not an easy regulation to enforce.
So then after this time frame, then they fall into a different category?
They could, but, right, because, right, they become either permanent or not assigned necessarily during an election, right, during that time frame. They might have different regulations that would apply to the size. And then we would have to regulate it, I guess, according to that.
And if they say vote ABC and they're under 8 square feet, they'd be okay. Until they fell into another category.
Possibly.
How does an election sign fall into another category?
Well, again, I don't know that we're saying that these are election signs. We're calling them signs during elections. No, I mean,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not trying to be
it just
funny.
hit me
That's
when you
the-
said that.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
lawyering,
Actually,
right?
you just
Legal
did.
lawyer.
Signs during election doesn't mean,
It's a difference without a distinction. Yes.
Correct. I mean, it can be. It can be distinguished, but I mean, again, I know it's a play on words or it might sound like that, but I mean, truly, we're trying to keep it as content neutral or not content based as possible.
I have a sign I put up, and I'd like to keep it up all year. It says, vote. Our democracy depends on it. And that's all it says.
take it down.
Right?
Okay, with signs during elections, not election signs.
Correct.
Mike, you have a comment? Sorry.
Sometimes that force gets.
Another thing, I was reading back through again today to try and catch myself up before we started. So when we offer the expanded number of signs during an election, it's specific to residential lots.
Residential.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In our residential district, we don't limit the number of signs anyway. We only limit the square footage.
Yep.
So you could still have any amount you want
Mhm.
in a residential district. So we're really just boiling it down to residential uses in a non-residential district, which after that window, that 3 days after the election period, right? In my view, now, again, this is to enforce, right? I mean, it's difficult, and most of the time, it's gonna be driven by complaints or, something that's overly obnoxious.
Sure.
But that's when it would fall back into, is it a temporary or is it a permanent? And then I look at the definition. So the definition of a temporary sign as opposed to the definition of a permanent sign, which we have those definitions. Temporary signs, you're only allowed one in a non-residential district. And so that's how I would enforce it after that. So say you have a residential home that's in our town hall district, right? And they put up 100 signs during the election season. Once that third day is over, now they've returned themselves back to, they're only permitted one temporary sign, right? Now, is that sign they put up during the election cycle a temporary sign? Well, then I gotta determine the definition. So that's how I would enforce it, I guess.
Okay.
Is my point.
Oh, okay, so you got something, Brady? I'm sorry.
Nope.
Oh, so going back to Brady's, okay, signs during elections and Mike's point. So is one to, when you read this, assume that 3 days after that we're going to enforce something else? I'm still failing to understand, up to 3 days, and then what? We're saying there's number is permitted, no, the number is not restricted.
Yes.
And up to
within
3
that,
days,
From the time that it started to 3 days after. That's the only time that this paragraph allows it. After the 3 days, it's a no-no. You gotta take them down, baby. That's the way
Is
I read
that
it.
the way you read it?
That's the way I read this.
Or come within the number that is permitted.
From up to 30 days
or
prior
come
to.
within the number that's permitted.
Right.
What,
Right,
under,
so,
a-
I mean, what Mike was just saying, I
yeah,
think.
what Mike was just saying.
Number inside.
Right.
It's gotta fall into something else.
Okay.
But the elections, signs during elections can only happen 30 days prior to, or the absentee ballots or whatever, and then 3 days after the election. Then they all turn into pumpkins.
So let me take that the next step. This clause, to your point, so this clause has this time period of, I'll call it 33 days. The 31st day prior to that ballot, I put up a sign. This is clause, this 33 days doesn't restrict the number.
No,
But
No.
before that period or after that period, I could have a sign.
a sign.
A sign, or under a different, a temporary
Category.
category, sign.
Temporary or
Right,
permanent.
right.
Whatever our regulations
So
specify.
for the 33 days, we can,
Have as many as you want,
number's not restricted,
but the size is.
but the size is. But then after that period, we're not telling somebody who reads this what your consequence is. We're not saying that. They don't know. I don't know. Because they don't know if it falls under a temporary, I assume a temporary sign.
Well, then, it would depending on what it is, again, I mean,
Yeah.
we have a definition for permanent, we have a definition for temporary, so.
Okay.
Under that allowance, the expanded allowance, somebody could arguably install a permanent sign if they wanted to for that time period.
Okay.
And then once that 4th day hits, I would expect that they would be back into compliance for whatever district they're in, whatever use they have on their lot, and if it's a temporary or permanent, whatever number they're allowed to have in the size.
Okay.
And again, I mean, I drive through the township pretty frequently, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna catch every single person on the
Yeah.
4th day. I would say, well, we're not regulating election signs specifically in this. I don't generally have an issue after elections are over. A few
Complaint.
people are, right, a few
Complaint
people are outside, everybody, yeah, yes. I think that the way that you guys have worked on it and worded it, it's gonna make it easier for us from an enforcement standpoint.
Okay.
It's clear to me.
Okay.
It's much
Okay.
clearer and it's, removes the, what is the
Okay.
sign problem.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate the discussion.
Yeah.
I'm really happy I brought it up, but I think, but I'm, at least I get it better. I just want, I had this, I kept reading that and reading that over and over. What are we regulating? Very good. Thank you. Thank you for your allowing me to go through that. My last question was on 30.12. This is prohibited signs.
Page.
Section 30.12, page in the red, it's 30.34. .12 on the red line 30 is prohibited signs. E is flag signs as defined in 3002. They're prohibited. So I went back to 3002, go back to 3002 for flag sign, which is, I believe, is just the definition. Yeah. So we defined a flag sign, okay, in 3002. In 31.2 prohibited, we say they're prohibited. Does that make, why, does that make, is that just, there's a reasoning that we have to, we define it to prohibit it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what's the reasoning?
It's I mean, so the definition that we use for it is, well, you can read it obviously,
Yes,
but
yes.
it refers to a very, I would say, not a specific type, but a pretty recognizable, if you imagine the image in your head when you read the definition.
Yes.
My understanding has always been that we've tried to regulate signs that flutter, they move, they're particularly distracting, for whatever reason. I don't know if it's health or safety or, visibility or whatever. And the ones that we most commonly see are the blade signs, right? So
Blade signs.
you'll see them. We do allow them generally as like a temporary sign. We will sometimes permit them.
Okay.
Previously, I don't know. I think that at this, with the new revised version, we probably would not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Okay.
how we would work through that.
Okay.
But there is a reason why we define it. Yes, that specific type of sign
Got it.
has always been a no-no, from my understanding.
I got a question.
Hiram, please.
How about the one where, I don't know, gumbo or whatever it is, long tube with two arms out? He deflates and inflates and deflates and inflates.
Wacky wavy inflatable arm man.
Who?
Wacky wavy inflatable arm man, yeah.
Okay,
That's,
that sounds good.
yes, I've only had one since
a
I've
car
been here
dealership.
that I've had to tell them to remove. Where?
A car dealership?
No.
No?
At Bremix. Sometime last year, they had one up. And I forget what the definition it wasn't flag sign. We had some other definition that's probably in the red line somewhere, but the general idea was
Yeah,
it's not allowed to
okay.
flash around and move and do a bunch of, yeah. That's the only time that I've ever seen one in the township, in my 2.5, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Generally, it's a car dealership you see it at, right? And we don't have those, so, yeah.
Might make more sense if we just call it a nuisance sign instead of flags. It's a nuisance, but it's distracting, right? All right, but I understand, thank you.
Right,
Mike.
yeah, I mean,
Board, those are the, well, thank you for allowing me to go through those. Those are the only other questions I had on section 30 of our sign regs. Anything else, Board, after that? And that comprises amendment number 1. Amendment number 2, yes.
That was only amendment number 1.
Well,
No.
the other amendments here are related to the signs, and I want to say for my read, they're merely technical corrections to other sections because of changes to section 30.
Okay.
So amendment number 2 is to revise section 5.02A 76 to amend the definition of flag, because we changed that flag in the sign regulations. I don't know if they have any question on that. Also, the numbering here, I was confused. Amendment number 2 is repeated twice. Mike, do you know why perhaps? Amendment number,
typo. I would
Oh.
assume it was probably just a
okay,
typo.
but it is a different reference, again, related to temporary and permanent signs where again, amendment number 2, if you read, is revising section 11.01H to adjust the cross-reference to section 30.15 in regards to temporary and permanent signs. So it's a cross-reference to 30, because we had changed the numbering, we got to change the numbering in 11. Amendment number 3 reads to revise section 1502A to add flagpoles to the list of accessory uses and to delete 1503H flagpoles, and relocated garage sale regulations to the new section 1503M. That one, perhaps, if the board has any questions on it, when I looked at it, it was merely a change in the table of uses, from what I can see, 1502A in the table of uses, and then a garage sale, and a provision in addition for a garage sale or similar household sale sign, which is something I think Hiram or somebody might have brought up about garage sale signs, but it is addressed now in 1502. Regulations to garage sale. It just relocated it here. It's relocating the garage sale regulations to this section. You know the reason to relocate it, Mike? We relocated from signs to this section 15, which is 15 comes out of, what is section 15?
Oh, a residential district.
Oh,
So-
residential districts. So
Oh,
for
garage.
garage sale regulations, we moved it to residential.
Because a garage sale
Garage
is not a
sale.
sign, right?
So
Yeah, so,
there's no change in that, it's moved. They moved it over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
thank you, Mike. Amendment number 4 is revising, again, table of uses, section 2203, to add flagpoles. and revising section 2207 to add a new section E, flagpoles. And amendment number 5 is to revise the appendix 1 zoning fee schedule to add fees for solar energy systems and electric vehicle charging stations and revise fees for signed permit applications. Now that is, we had discussion on it, but I thought we'd discuss that here again about the fee schedule, if there was anything, any comments from the board related to the fee schedules, the modification to include for $100 a permit on solar energy systems that are, is what is part and parcel to amendment number 5. And also included is electrical vehicle charging, but again, for the $100 nominal permit fee schedule. I don't have any issue with that unless there's any comment from the board. Nothing?
No comment.
There you go. Good. So that completes what I think are 6 amendments, numbered. And at this point, going back, I think we had one sentence to strike in section 30, Mike, that you made note of.
Yes.
And was there any other? I don't think there was any other, okay. We answered all the questions. I don't think we had any other.
Update number 33, visibility area, just to
Oh,
reference
yeah,
the
my
correct
Herb's
section for the
yes,
figure.
Yes, the references that Hiram, yes. Thanks, Mike. If there's no objection from the board, I am satisfied with what we've gone through on not just section 30, but these other amendments to move them forward for consideration and adoption at our next meeting.
The-
Yep,
So we
I'm
have a-
ready.
Just,
Public
just,
hearing?
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Next week or next month?
Yeah,
So it would be a motion
Point
to,
of- oh, I need a motion.
initiate the following zoning amendments and basically set it for a public hearing. So
Thank
we don't move to, move it to the next time to actually adopt these, it's to set the public hearing for the next.
Yes, okay.
And then at that
I remember now.
meeting, after the public hearing, assuming you set the public hearing for the regular meeting of March,
Yes.
then at that regular meeting, you can proceed
Very
to
good.
make it a recommendation to the Board of Trustees for approval, or however you want to do this, of
Okay.
these amendments.
Okay. So if I recall, Bridie, that if there was a motion to move these amendments to public hearing at the next meeting in March, in that same meeting, we can move to adopt?
Yes,
Yes.
if, let's say you're setting that public hearing on the same date as the regular meeting
Yes.
of the zoning commission
Yes.
in March, then yes, at your regular
Yes.
meeting in March, you can then, after
Okay.
having the public hearing, you can move forward.
Does that need to be part of the motion, or the motion is just to set up a?
Not today, no.
Not
Today,
today.
it's to move to initiate, though,
To
the
initiate.
following amendments,
Yeah,
right? Because they're text amendments to the zoning code, zoning resolution, and then also set a public hearing for the March 3rd date.
move the mission, okay, oh,
Yep.
okay. Look for someone on the board to, if everybody's okay with that process, to make that motion. Please consult with Brad if you need help, or if you've got it all.
Now, do we go one by one?
It would probably, yes, I would, I don't know if you have the work session materials for February 3rd, but at the very top, it says kind of what the
there it is.
recommendation
Yes.
is that it's to
Yes.
make a motion to initiate the following zoning text amendments and set a public hearing for March 3rd, 2026. I personally think you would want to read those, but
Please.
this might be
Go
the
ahead.
most clear for the record.
So,
Very good.
Mr.
So we
Chair,
have a motion, thank you, Ron, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to initiate the following zoning text amendments and set a public hearing for March 3rd, 2026. Amendment number 1, revise section 30, sign regulations including updating purpose statements, definitions, temporary and permanent sign allowances, prohibited signs, design and illumination criteria, administrative procedures, adding new rules for flagpoles, and severability and substitution clause. Amendment 2, revise,
I'm sorry, if I may, Brent. Do we
That's-
need to
You can keep going.
Okay.
If you're gonna do all of them,
Okay,
there's
very
no
good.
problem
Very
with
good.
continuing.
continue?
Amendment 2, revise section 5.02A76 to amend the definition of a flag. Amendment 2, which we need to revise section 11.01H to adjust the cross-reference to section 30.15 in regards to temporary and permanent signs. Amendment 3, revise section 15.02A to add flagpoles to the list of accessory uses and to delete 15.03H flagpoles. Relocate garage sale regulations to new section 15.3M. Amendment 4, revise section 22.03, table of uses to add flagpoles. Revise section 22.07 to add new section E, flagpoles. Amendment 5, revise appendix 1, zoning fee schedule to add fees for solar energy systems and electric vehicle charging stations, and revise fees for sign permit applications.
We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to recommend that the zoning commission make a motion to initiate the amendments as read in the motion this evening. Roll call, please.
Mr. Schindler?
Yes.
Mr. Rippert?
Yes.
Mr. Terriaco?
Yes.
And Mr. Ifelis?
Yes. Thank you to the board, thank you to the staff, thank you, Bridie, for all the work that is associated with this.
Do we have to set a public hearing for March?
That's
That
the
was
motion.
Part of the
That
motion.
was the motion.
That was in the
That
motion.
was the motion,
Yeah.
okay.
Initiate, so we have initiated the amendments and set the public hearing for March the 3rd. Thanks everyone for the work and time associated with that. Moving on to old business. Old business, here's number one, the one lingering item. Establish a designated final date for completion of the sidewalk in accordance with the agreement between Concord Township Zoning Commission and the IN9 Group LLC for the property located at Old Cryle and Cryle Road, being parcel number 08-A-0-20-0-0-048-0. Agenda item has been tabled, remains on the table until July of 2026. Our next meeting is scheduled for March the 3rd, 2026. Is there any other business to come before the board this evening?
Yes,
Bridie,
one
yes,
thing,
please.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
If you don't mind, maybe just making it clear that the public hearing will begin prior to the regular meeting, but at 7 PM on March 3rd, 2026.
To amend the motion?
You don't have to amend it,
Oh.
just maybe just make it clear now. Unless you can take a motion if you'd like, but I think just to make it clear
Very
that
good. Very
it's
good.
before
Okay.
the regular
For
meeting.
the record, the board approved a motion to initiate the text amendments this evening and set a public hearing for March 3rd, which is intended to proceed before our regular meeting of, the zoning commission meeting of March the 3rd,
At 7 PM.
at 7 PM.
Perfect, thank you.
And that's our next meeting, March the 3rd at 7 PM. Any further business to come before the board? Anybody have anything else for consideration?
None here.
If not, this meeting is adjourned.